Right, Tom, so the last paper 2 that I marked for you, you scored 33 marks in. So let's see if you've improved on that in the last couple of weeks. That's a great start, 5 marks. Milliliters, you wouldn't measure a volume of a bucket in milliliters. If you think that a medicine spoon has got 5 milliliters, you know, there's a lot of medicine spoons in a bucket. What we're looking for there are litres. Meters and kilograms though are correct. So you get 3 out of 4 there. BFCG, alright. So you dropped 1 mark on that first page. 12 marks, good start. That's a nicely reflected looking symmetry. £99 is correct there. Now then, you've gone wrong here because you've misread that. The cost is £230. So this you know. So it's £230 equals, the number of days is 10 times 21 plus the hiring fee, which we don't know. Okay, and then you find the unknown from there then. Okay, 10 times 21 is 210. So what are we going to add on to 210 to make 230? Okay, so I can't give you any marks for that section. You've misunderstood the question. This is good and that is excellent. So for that page you have got 9. That's good, and so is that. Well done. 7 marks for that. Lots of marks for that question. That's a good estimate. Estimate of 8 cars for the height of the church. I would say 8 cars is not a very good estimate if you look at how small that height of that car is. Okay, if you just take a bit of paper and mark off the height and then go to the middle, then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's about 11 of those cars stacked on top of each other. So what you're looking for is 11 lots of 1.5, and that'll give you the estimate that you're looking for. So you're going to lose those 3 marks, I'm afraid. So 8 marks for the page. 3, 6, 7, 5. Good. 4. 29 is correct, but again, same as that word formula one, you're not putting 17 in now, you've got 17 coming out, and you've got to work out what's going in, so you have to go backwards through your number machine. 65, do the opposite of adding that, which is, sorry, opposite of subtracting that, which is adding 3, then the opposite of that, which is dividing by 4. So you've again missed that one. Here it says very clearly they want in words. You are using the number 3. Okay, so you're not going to get that. They're looking for the word 3. Halving each time is fine. Total for the page, 6. Good. That's correct, that one's not. What's happening here, and it pays, it'll only take you a little bit more time to write in what's going on in the gaps. So the difference there is 2. The difference there is 4. The difference there is 6. So you're quite right here. The difference is going to be 8, which takes you to 4. Then the next difference isn't 8, which is what you've worked out. It's going to be 10, which will take you to a different value, take you to -6. 32 is correct. With this one, no, what you have to do is replace the A and the B with these values. And as we've been talking this week, the 3 and the letter, the number and the letter are joined by a times. So what you've got for the first one is 3 times -1. And then for the next one, you've got -2 times 5. 3 times -1 is -3. 3 minus 2 times 5 is -10. So you're at -3 in your number line. You're going down 10. You end up at -13. 50 is correct. 9 isn't. Now I'm not sure where that 9's come from, but what you need to be doing is looking how many patients had at least 3 visitors. Well, the frequency is the number of patients, so you can see there that 18 patients had exactly 3, but these had more than 3, so these had at least 3 as well. 2 of them had 4, 1 of them had 5. So the total number of patients who had at least 3 is 21. So what you're looking for there is 21 out of 50. What you've done there is a really common mistake. You've just added up the top row, but we're halfway through the paper now. It's going to be a bit more challenging than that. If you look at the table, if you look at this middle column here, this is telling you that there were 14 patients who each had 2 visitors. So in total, there are 28 visitors in that column. This column, there are 18 patients who each had 3 visitors. So you do 18 times 3 to see how many visitors are in that column. And you have to do for all the same column, have to do the same for each of the other columns and add them together. So the answer isn't 15. Total for the page, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is correct. And this one isn't. You've got your operators the wrong way around. Now if you think, if you were to score 78 out of 120 in this paper, on the front page I would write that like that. So that's 78 out of 120, and then to turn it into a percentage I would times it by 100. And on your calculator you can type it in exactly as you see it there. You use this fraction button, which my pen's pointing to. Right, 78, move the cursor down to the bottom, times 100. So it looks exactly the same as I've written it, equals 65%. So think about that. How would I write it on the front of your paper as a fraction like that? This is good. So you've got three out of 4 there just for working it all out. Your angles are looking good. 4 marks, 6 for the page. This is good because you've written the 6.7 there, so I know what you've measured. That's exactly right. So you get your 3 marks for that, and that's very good as well for positioning. 5 marks for the page. Good. Sorry for that, for the question. Now, you have worked out the units used by adding those two together. That's not what you do. That's what last time the meter was read, there was that on the meter, and then every unit you used since trips up from there, clocks up and up and up and up until you get to there. So the number of units you've used is the difference between the two and not the sum of the two. So your units used is wrong. You've then multiplied 17088 by 0.5. 7088. Right, so then you've got the units wrong to get that there. That doesn't come from multiplying that by 11.25 or 0.1125. So something's gone wrong there as well. Then you've taken your answer, 194.40. You've added the £27.14 to it and got £221.54, so that's correct. 5% of that is £11. It's not £11.77. It is that, but that is actually £11.08, not £11.77. You then have to take the £21.37 off that, and that doesn't come to £190.38. So there's lots of things going wrong. You're nearly doing the right thing, but there's too many mistakes there really to give you too much credit. But I will give you the credit for correctly finding a subtotal and almost getting the right value for percentage. So you're going to get 1 out of 6 for that. Watch the way that I do it. You're so close that you should be able to cope with that once you've seen me work through it. 6 marks for the page. If you wanted to practice some of those, in the topic section on the website, take a look at utility bills. They always come up, they always carry a lot of marks. That is correct. That is correct. That's not. What you have to do here is just add up the probability for green, which is 0.24, and blue, which is 0.37, and write down what you get. With this one, why have you used 12.5? It's 12%. If you'd have used 12, you would have got the right answer. And this you have to do on your calculator exactly as it is there. This isn't an estimate. It's not asking you to estimate, it's asking you to find it correct to 1 decimal place. So on your calculator, you can type it in exactly as you see it using the fraction button. So there's your fraction button where my pen is pointing. Type it in, 4.5 times 3.4, move the cursor down, 7.8, take away 5.9 equals, turn it into a decimal. 1 decimal place is 8.0, but you need to look at the next digit along. If it's 5 or more, it rounds up to 8.1. So I can't give you any credit for that. Total for the page, 5. And prime factors, have a look on the topic lists. This is an easy method to practice and learn very quickly. I've either called it products of primes, products of prime factors, or products of prime numbers. I can't remember, but have a look for products of primes in the topic list and have a watch me do a couple, and you'll easily get that right. Similarly, this is called trial and improvement, and you're totally wrong with that. This is a pretty complicated piece of maths. To solve this, you need to use Pythagoras, you need to use area of a triangle, and you need to use volume of a prism. So if you can do any of those, it's worth a go, but if you struggle with those, then those marks are pretty inaccessible. Watch me do it, see how you feel. Note for the last page. So for that paper, Tom, you have scored 12, 21, 29, 35, 44, 50, 56, 61. 61 out of 100 is a grade D, and you are only 9 marks off a grade C with that. And if you consider that you had 33 last time you tried one of these papers, then that is a massive improvement already, Tom. So that's really, really encouraging. If you keep improving at that rate, we'll get you the C in November. Well done.